Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach. Every week, come to you live right from the Greatness Factory, really with the goal of doing three things. I want to multiply your life, I want to multiply your money, and I want to multiply your business. And because of the nature of my business, I get to spend time with some of the biggest people in the world. And last weekend was no different, getting to spend 2 days with 27-time national championship mental coach Kevin Elko, coaching us in an intimate setting. Coach of the University of Alabama, mental training, Philadelphia Eagles, been with the Steelers, been with almost every major team you can imagine. And one of the biggest takeaways, guys, that I want to focus on today, if you're out there in the world trying to do something big, is I want to show you how to connect at a world-class level. How do you connect with other people? Everybody communicates, John Maxwell said, but very few connect. Building a connection that lasts, building a connection where that fire is reignited, building a connection with people is exactly where we want to do it. I'm Coach Michael Burt, live from the Greatness Factory. Thank you for joining Super Coach today.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Welcome to Super Coach. That's 2 words. You can find this podcast at iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. Download the podcast, listen to it every single week. I come into your life. I believe everybody needs a good coach in their life. I believe a good coach can change your life. And they asked me on a podcast that I was just on, make a case for coaches. When they asked Robert Greene, the author of the book Mastery, 48 Laws of Power, Laws of Human Nature, one thing that could speed up mastery, he said, there's only one thing I would give you credit for, is who is coaching you, who is mentoring you. That's the only thing that'll speed up your path to mastery. So I believe coaching is engaging you in a set of systematic behaviors that allows you to do something tomorrow that you simply cannot do today. So I want frequency. I want frequency. I want high touch. Here's what I really want. I want connection. I want connection. I want you to think about an area of your life right now that you've lost connection. I want you to think about 4 or 5 areas today that I'm going to show you. Connection with family, connection with self, connection with environment, connection with your vocation, connection with a higher power, connection with your customers, connection with your leader. Like when you're thinking about building this connection, I think Maxwell's right about this. Listen, the best book that Maxwell has ever written, in my opinion, is Everybody Communicates, but Very Few Connect. Everybody talks, but very few people connect in a way that gets people to move. And sometimes when people ask me, like, what is your unique ability, coach? What do you think one of your unique ability is? I always say the ability to package and deliver content and connect with an audience in an intense and positive way to get them to move, to get them to think, to get them to respond, to get them to take action. Okay? So for you, we got to look at your connection. Now, I want to start by asking you this question. How connected are you to your vocation? See, I personally see work as the distribution channel for your talent. And if work is the distribution channel for your talent, you're basically taking your God-given talents and you're distributing them through your work to the world. The better you distribute yourself and your talents to the world, the more the world begins to reward you, i.e. the more you connect with people through your work, the more the world begins to reward you, such as in the form of love, and recognition, and affirmation, and reputation, and referrals, and yes, even money. So connection starts, in my opinion, by saying this is not a job to me, this is a vocation to me, from the Latin term voice or calling in life. I am distributing my talents through my work. How many people will I be able to touch or spend time with or affect or connect through my work? See, this is a problem a lot of people have. We went to a restaurant today for lunch and walked right in the door, and the woman kept her head down and was working on something and didn't even look up and connect. See, when I'm with you, how do I feel about me? She didn't connect. Hi, how you doing? Welcome. Thanks for coming here. When people come to the Greatness Factory, I want everybody to stop what they're doing. I want them to get their head up. I want them to smile. I want them to get out of their seats, and I want them to walk over there to the people and say, thank you for coming to the Greatness Factory. We manufacture greatness here. Okay, so for you, when it comes to connection, do you see work as the distribution channel for your talent? Now, how do you know if you're distributing your talents in a very high level? This is simple to me. Is the world rewarding you in the form of love and affirmation and referrals and reputation, i.e., are you growing? Because if you're not growing, tells me you're not connecting. And you're not connecting your talent with your distribution channel, which is your work, okay? So, your ability to connect with those people around you is so critical to you being able to perform at a much higher level. Now, I like to say I can connect to anybody, anywhere, anytime. How many people do you meet in a week that can't connect to anybody, anywhere, anytime? Like they see their customer as a nuisance. They see prospecting as a nuisance. They see employees as a nuisance. They see these things as a nuisance. Like they don't work to connect, they work to withdraw. And I would just tell you, if you're going to be world class, that's not connecting at a very high level. Okay? So answer yourself this question. When I'm with you, how do I feel about me? Okay? How do I feel about me? After I did that event with Kevin Elko the other night, on Friday night, he had spoken for 4 to 5 hours. I knew he was exhausted. He had worked incredibly hard. He texted me afterward, and he called me afterward and said, Coach, I only want to do things with people I really enjoy, and I enjoy doing things with you. Let's schedule some more things. He didn't have to do that. He texted me again on Saturday. You look at how hard Dr. Stephen Hotze Health and Wellness Center, works to connect with people. Every guest that goes there, he takes pictures with them, signs books for them, sends them a framed autograph. Last week I got a long text message. How's you doing on your health, Coach Burt? Can't wait to see you. Like world-class people slow down and they connect. You know, I do all these podcasts for other people, and I was telling Mel, my assistant, I'm like, we need to do something for these people. Take a picture, send them a book, send them something signed. Like it doesn't need to be a one and done, guys. It doesn't need to be a one and done. It needs to be, I want to become world class at connecting. Everybody communicates, but very few connect. When we come back from the break, I'm going to show you 3 or 4 places that I think you can start to work on your connections. The first step is you got to bring a higher awareness. Do you want to be a world class communicator? Do you want to be world class at connecting? Do you want to deeply impact people? Or hey, do you want to be so minimally impactful that people don't even know your name 5 years from today? It's your choice. Which one is it going to be? I'm Coach Michael Burt. You're watching Super Coach. Come on back in the next segment. Mickey Vincent and Lee Kentoff and Paul Martin Van Neville. Come on back to the Greatness Factor with me.
I'm here at the Relentless Monster Producer event. It's an intimate event that is like none other I've ever attended. The small group, the stuff we were able to talk about, the interaction between the speakers and the hosts and the guests, and among the guests among each other, is second to none. This is something really, really special. It gives you a chance to really, really dig deep into the issues that are holding you back and things that aren't letting you be the person that you really want to be. You know, I always like to think of myself as, you know, I'm the family member nobody wants in their family, but I'm the family member you need in your family. Well, everybody has to have that one individual in there that kind of gives it to you straight. This is how it is. And we miss that. We really do. We miss the accountability. We miss having someone that tells it like it is.
Well, the first thing I would tell you about working with Tim Grover is he's a world-class person. This is very important. His whole intention on this retreat has been to make sure that people that come to this retreat get their expectations exceeded.
Write 3 things now down that are distracting you from you achieving your goals or whatever you want in life, whatever it may be. If there's one thing that you end up taking out of this event that hits you, you got more than your money's worth, because that's where change starts. It's something you can take and you can use and make it your own. At this type of event, at the Relentless Monster Retreat event, everybody in here got something they could take that can possibly be life-altering to them.
Welcome back to Super Coach, live at the Greatness Factor. When are you going to come see me at the Greatness Factor? Better yet, when are you going to jump into Monster Producer and let me coach you on a monthly basis? Let me stay connected to you. I do an accountability session every Monday afternoon at 4:30. with all of the Monster Nation. I do a video, a coaching session every Tuesday and Thursday. I teach Monster Producer multiple times a month. Okay, I want to be your coach. I want to help you get to a higher frequency. I want to instill some knowledge and skill and desire and confidence. I want to get you a 40 to 50% increase in a one-year cycle. Okay, that's what I want to do, and we believe those that have a coach always outperform those that don't have a coach. So come on down to the Greatness Factor. Let's get you signed up. Let's get you enrolled, or come to a retreat with me, or come to a one-day intensive with me. Like, just get yourself involved, man. Just take a step. Just take a step, right? Every action starts with one step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one thought, one breath, one step. Today we're talking how to connect at a world-class level. This is something that I was very fortunate early on in my career to learn at 16, I think 15 or 16 years old. I had a speaking coach named Daryl Deason from my hometown. And Dr. Deason, I would go to basketball practice, and then I would go to Dr. Deason's house in the evening, and he would coach me in how to speak, how to connect, how to work a stage. Okay, he taught me how to connect with other people, how to reach out and connect to people. Now, everywhere I go, I get my head up, I smile, I talk to people, I meet and greet people. Like that's just who I am, because I have a desire to connect to people at a deeper level. Now, I would tell you, sometimes I'm introverted. Okay, sometimes I like to go into the woods. Sometimes I like solitude. Sometimes I like to be by myself. But if I'm out in public, you would never know that. You would never know that, because my desire is to connect with people at a much higher level. So I'm going to give you, let's go ahead and do 7 areas in this segment. I got about 7 minutes before I have to do a podcast. I'm going to give you 7 areas I think you can connect to people at a higher level. There's old Brad, our New Jersey bandit. He's writing a new book. You need to get on Brad and see what kind of book he's got out there. Okay, because I know he's working on that thing. I'm proud of him. So number 1, you need a connection to self. You need connection to self. First thing Elko said when he comes into a championship program, to turn around a program that has not won a championship, is he said he starts with identity. Who are we? Okay, we have the explanation of service, thanks to Tom Love. Here's what we believe. Here's why we believe it. Here's what we do. Here's how we do it different. Like, what is your identity? You need connection to self. Too many people are borrowing the identity of another person. They're living somebody else's dreams. If you study the 5 regrets of the dying, by the way, one of the regrets of the dying is that I always lived for other people. I never lived for myself. Meaning, other people told me what to do. Like, they told me to be a doctor. They told me to be a lawyer. They told me to do this. They told me to do this. I lived for other people. I didn't have my own identity. I didn't have my own identity. So number 1 is you need a connection to self. Who are you? What do you believe? Where do you want to go? Okay, at 42 years old, I'm just now figuring this out. Like, who am I? I'm a coach. What do I believe? Okay. Number 2, you need a connection to family. Covey used to say success in one row doesn't justify failure in another row, right? You need a connection to family, the family unit. And you got to work hard at this. I know my wife and I have to work really hard at this, because we spend so much time helping other people. We spend time on the road. We spend time apart. Then we got a 6-year-old daughter that we're trying to spend, to get with. We have to work hard at connecting with each other. Just having enough good energy, no crumbs, right? Number 3, you need a connection to your environment. If you come to the Greatness Factor, I like music on, I like lights on, I like movement and circulation. I do not like low energy. Most people do not have a good environment they're in. They're in negative environments. Just go to some businesses. It's dark, it's dingy, it's negative. You need an upbeat, positive environment. You need a connection to the environment. That's why when I walk in the morning, I want the music on. I want the teleprompters on. I want the screens on. I want things happening. I want light coming in. I want energy, man. That's where it's at. That's where it's at, okay? I need a connection to my environment. I think your home should be a personal oasis away from the stress and pressure of life, where inspiration and execution meet. I don't think you need to go home every night and go, why am I living here? I don't like these neighbors. I don't like this. I don't like the school my kids go to. You got to have a connection to the environment. Number 4, you got to have a connection to your work, to your vocation. Number 5, you got to have a connection to a higher power. You got to have connection to a higher power. You got to make up your mind, guys, what your stance is on this. You need a connection. When you get out of connection with your source, with your creator, when you're out there doing things on your own, when you're out there buying your own hype, when you're out there believing it's all because of you, when you're out there getting greedy, when you're out there being selfish, when you're out there doing that, it's because you've lost connection to your creator. Okay? Read the book of Proverbs, which I'm going through right now. And let me tell you something. That is a book about how to live. Okay? It's a book about how not to take yourself so serious. It's a book about how to give the correct respect where it needs to go. It's about how not to make foolish and dumb decisions. And I can say this because I've made all those dumb decisions, okay? Finally, got 2 more. Connection to your customers. This is what I'm going to spend the whole month of June on in our coaching program. How do you connect with a tribe of people on a consistent basis where they constantly have a connection to you? If you are the power source, that word power is a means or source for supplying energy to other people. If you are the power source, you have to find a way to connect with people. I'm gonna be breaking this down. How do you connect with the top 25? How do you connect with large numbers of people? How do you connect with your past clients if you're transaction based? How do you connect with your staff? How do you get your staff to connect with your people? How do you build this ridiculous connection? Because when you have this strong connection, people are much more forgiving. They extend much more grace to you. They're much more friendly. When they lose connection to the power source is when you have problems, okay? That's why I'm so big on people coming to class every month. Like, you lose connection to the power source when you get out in la-la land, okay? Now, finally, I think you need a connection to your leader. This is very important. I coach a lot of people who either have lost faith in their leader, do not believe in their leader, and because of that, there is this tremendous friction. And when something that should be flowing effortlessly and harmoniously becomes a major issue when there's no connection here. Now, to all the leaders out there, listen, it ain't easy being a leader to other people. You have to spend time, energy, you have to pour into people, you have to be, it's a big deal, okay? You need an important connection to your leader. Now, when you think about this, those are 7 places that I think we can go to work on building connections. Now, I'm going to close this podcast by asking you this question. How well are you connecting right now with yourself and your identity, your family, your environment, your vocation, a higher power, connection to your customers, and connection to your leader? You start clicking in all those areas, body, mind, heart, and spirit, you're connecting. Let me tell you something, guys. You're going to start performing at a ridiculous level. Every single week, guys, Pastor Ken, every week I come into your life. Multiply life, multiply money, multiply business. Get the podcast at iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic, or go to my YouTube channel. And I just believe everybody needs a good coach in their life. Hopefully, these podcasts and these short videos give you a sense of mission and purpose. More than anything, bring some clarity to your bigger future. Confusion is a problem that appears to have no solution to it. Everybody communicates, everybody talks, but very few connect. Will you become a world-class connector? That means you to another person. I'm Coach Michael Burt, guys. Have a great week. Can't wait to see you in Monster Producer, one of our upcoming retreats. Or just call our office and tell them, hey, you're ready to get your life to a new level. I think this is the first time I've even been in my own house to sit in this furniture and actually enjoy it. So that tells you something, how much I've been on the road. Here's the interesting thing. We got to host an event at our house for young professionals, for me to even be home to do it, right? But I've had on my heart for a long time, really since last year, that I was supposed to be doing something for 2 groups of people, kids, which is why I have my online interactive platform for kids, and the 20 to 30 year old. I think it's a very confused generation. I so wish that I had great business coaching from 20 to 30. I had coaching, but I didn't have business coaching. I didn't have life coaching. So tonight I'm going to show these guys how to find their unique voice in life. High value of your time is money generating activity. High value of your time is going out there making connections, building networks, understanding, right? High value of your time moves you toward your dominant focus. Low value of your time is when you get involved in drama, wasted energy. If I would have learned this at 18, there's no telling where I would be today. So this is my give back to the future. We do have a program called Young Professional, Monster Young Professionals for the 18 to 30 year old. It's at a lower price point, and it's me coaching them. They get a special session with me every month, and they get access to Monster Producer, which is a pretty good deal. So tonight I thought, let's just do it at my house, man. Let's show them, let's show them the house. Let's inspire them. Let's motivate them. And let's say, hey, get around other like-minded people and good things are going to happen to you.